My voice is already going. Hello, everybody, and welcome back. Good evening there, Samwise, Frodo, and Smith Blue. Hope you've all been behaving yourselves. 2 seconds, I just realised my CPU thing is covering up my audio monitor. I put it too high on the other screen. Just drag that down a few inches. Couldn't see if the wiggly lines were happening. But welcome in there, everybody. Tonight we start a new game for Wednesday. It'll probably take us maybe 2 to 3 weeks, this one here. We have played Broken Sword. We've played the entire Broken Sword series previously. It's all available on the YouTube. Broken Swords 1 through 5, and we've done the director's cut and the original PlayStation 1 version of Broken Sword 1. We've played the remastered of Broken Sword 2 already, and today we are going to be doing the original PlayStation 1 release version of Broken Sword 2. I really hope that you guys will enjoy this. It's another story game, point and click game, and the Broken Sword series back in the 90s was my absolute favourite. Broken Swords 1 and 2. I never actually played I played a little bit of Broken Sword 3, but I never played 4 or 5 until we actually streamed it. I did a little bit of 3 back in the early 2000s.
What's
but
the Elvish word for friend?
I hear the rain coming up there. But I really hope that you'll enjoy the stories with George Stobbart, and also, well, not this one, but Broken Sword 3 is the origin story for this. As always, I won't talk over the cutscenes when we have bits of dialogue in the likes there, so we can all hear the story, because there's going to be a test at the end. But before we get started, Sam and Frodo, once again, thank you both so much for the gift. It was completely unexpected when the postie started shouting over the fence at me this afternoon when I was in the garden. I was like, well, I'm not expecting any post. But thank you so much. I know you made one certain person very happy. As denoted by the scream that I could hear from the living room whilst I was unloading the car. But thank you so much. We will try to get the little hats. I'll try and see. I know Bada. She outright. I know even before even trying. I know she won't let me do it. Butter might. I'm going to try on chips. I'm going to keep, like, when she's sat on my knee, I'm going to keep one of the hats, like, nearby, like just on the shelf next to where we have it, so she sees it and gets used to it, because she was like all over it, and I was like, as I was trying to, like, move it across, I was like, she was like trying to, like, follow it with twisting her neck all the way around. I saw them and had to get them. They sit quite nicely on the chicken ornaments, though, don't they? Samwise. Oh, 2 seconds. Before we go, I'm going to have a quick drink. So thirsty today. Oh, have I got any? Oh, I do. I got one more full bottle. That's all right. Poor girls. Okay, we're going to resume. I said to resume this because I paused the emulator. And then we're going to go to restart. And yep, the audio's in there. I didn't do a sound check to see how loud they are. What could possibly go wrong? Okay, there'll be an intro. I don't remember how long it is offhand. But as always, I won't talk over it there. But just on a side note as well, Smith Blue family, welcome in, because we haven't seen you for ages as well there, mate. And I hope you're behaving yourself. I remember this when we used to fire this up on the back on the original PlayStation in the 90s. Funny eyeball logo. Creepy pulsating eye. I say this is the original, so obviously the graphics will be a little bit lower than what they were in the remastered. But I think Nico can still flash a bounties at the end. Just as a side note, it's how you get skip a puzzle.
This must be the place. Professor Oubier's house.
Looks pretty creepy. I'd been away from Paris and hadn't seen Nico for nearly 6 months. I wanted to celebrate our reunion, but she had other plans. An appointment with an archaeologist. Something to do with a Mayan stone she came across while researching a story. The guy who answered the door didn't look much like an archaeologist to me. I had a bad feeling about this.
What a weird painting to have on the wall. Spider, kill it, JD. Welcome in there, JD. How are you doing tonight there, mate? What sort of mischief has everyone been getting themselves up to as well there? So we are beginning the original theatrical version of Broken Sword 2. One thing I'm kind of just wanting to... Two seconds, because we may have to just momentarily restart the game. Oh, it is on that seat. That's supposed to be like high quality graphics. I honestly think low quality looks better. Let's see what you guys think. If you want, I can turn it up.
Vaguely hoping
or turn it back
to
up.
find a copy of How to Deal with Poisonous Spiders while tied to a chair.
The high quality one just seems to make it look like it's
one corner of the bookcase was supported by a loose block
blurry.
of wood. Maybe I'd been a little heavy-handed, but it was a question of survival. Of course, I was still tied to a chair in a burning house with no means of escape.
See, now is that suitable? The suitable killing of the spider, JD? An entire bookcase. It went well splat on that carpet there.
With one mighty bound, our hero was free. Now, I had to deal with that fire.
And just Anatomy, welcome in there as well, mate. Have you been behaving?
Inside, I found a bottle of tequila. Normally, I didn't drink strong spirits, but today was far from normal. Ew. Disgusting. Not only did the tequila burn like hell, I just managed to stop myself from swallowing the worm. There was something short, fleshy, and gross on the carpet.
You've been out down the pubs, just Anatomy.
The worm from the bottle of tequila.
You had a good day out, though. Kill it with fire. Well, the house is going to burn down.
In the drawer was a small decorated pot.
Now, our inventory is along the... I'm
The
trying...
pot contained a key.
Actually, I'm sure there's... I don't know if we have to do anything else with the pot, but we'll have a look. We'll get the dart off the ground, though, because I think we used that to pick a lock. It's been a while. We'll remember bits and bobs as we go.
That dart was sharper than a mosquito's business end. But this didn't deter me from getting it anyway.
Evening, happy cat lady. I came in on disgusting. Did you come in on the? Oh no, it was the almost ate the worm in the tequila. What's it there, Jeremy? 100 F today, so went to a place with air conditioning. It was not last year, I think, but the year before. we went to do a job for a client down south, and they just had a new walk-in freezer installed. Didn't have any produce or anything in, but it had been turned on so that the temperature would drop. And it was like the hottest day recorded on this particular day, and we all just sat in there and we had our lunch and stuff inside of there. You remember playing these ones on the... Yeah, well, we are actually playing the PlayStation 1 version as well of Broken Sword 2. We've done the director's cut and the I call it the theatrical, the PlayStation version of Broken Swords 1, and also we've done Broken Swords 3, 4 and 5. There is rumours there might be another one, which I'll be looking forward to. Because I wouldn't mind playing through this entire series again. Maybe we'll get through this one, and then maybe in a few months' time... we'll play through the other ones again. 57C? Bloody hell, whereabouts are you? Well, hang on, we need to get the panties. Evening, Gary.
It was a stylish little canvas number containing a lipstick, a handwritten note, and a pair of nylon panties with a large love heart emblazoned across the front. It occurred to me that Nico's tastes must have really changed while I was away. Well, they could be useful.
Happy cat, share the chocolate. I think not.
It was a pair of red, lace-trimmed panties decorated with a large black satin heart.
We're going to show these to everybody we meet, just as a side note. Puppy problems kept me late. The puppy all settling in. Our special tilk. And JD, thank you so much for the gift as well to Happy Cat. Thank you so much. As I keep saying, thank you everybody for all the gifts and everything that all of you guys do. You're all absolutely mad. But thank you all so much as well. And again, there to Sam and Frodo, thank you so much for the gift. You definitely kept one troublemaker very, very happy this evening. Downstairs right now watching the television. I wonder if I can just imagine now that the chair's just going to be full of crumbs. But thank you so much. And JD, thank you so much. Ooh, here we get the Gary in there. Thank you so much for the gift there, JD. And thinking of gifts, is there any word yet on the progress of... I know it's still early, because it usually takes a month before it lands with you. Is there any word on the progress of your parcel yet? With your birthday box.
I wasn't going to touch the box after that spider had been inside it. There was no pressure in the siphon. I guess it was out of gas.
I think it's in here, and that's why we need the dart.
The cabinet was locked.
He couldn't just kick it in, could he? Like anyone in a panic.
As I released the lock, something blew the doors open.
Oh, trying to find the right pixel there. No word yet.
I couldn't pick it up with my bare hands.
I have to check on the Royal Mail thing. I don't even know if it could still be in the UK, or I don't know if it's landed over there with you. We'll have to have a look at the link. Okay, we've got the thing now. I'm sure we put it in there, and then we use the soda fountain to put out the fire. What sort of trouble have you all been getting yourselves up there today?
As the valve opened.
How goes the hardcore world, JD? Are you still surviving?
One primed up and ready to use extinguisher.
Put the flames out. In all fairness,
Well-aimed squirt of his soda fountain, our unshakable hero saved the day. Now it was time to start looking for Nico.
Looking at the room here, right? The fire was there. on the edge of the carpet there. The wheels of this cabinet are not on this square of carpet. Surely you could have rolled up the carpet over the top of the fire to suffocate it, or at least diminish it enough that you could kick open the door. But George had to do it the George way. Yes, this whole series, Smith-Flew family.
And it wasn't the time for subtlety.
Absolutely awesome games. You can get them on Steam, the full set. However, pick them up on Steam, but don't run Broken Swords 1 and 2 via Steam. Download this program here. This emulator is better than the one that's packaged with the Steam version. Otherwise, we wouldn't be able to see anything because it's just a complete blur. They put like this stupid filter over the top of it, and it just makes everything. It's supposed to be like because obviously this is just like 420 by whatever, or possibly lower resolution. For it, just relaxing and playing games. Still alive, but I'm looking for a new... Oh, is that the one that I'm looking for as well? Was it the cherry tree that we were talking about last night? That I want for the build? It's definitely one of the new ones. There's also a new plant, and I don't know where that new plant is at all. I think you guys told me yesterday, but that was yesterday.
It referred to a forthcoming eclipse of the sun. Unfortunately, it wouldn't be visible from Europe. The best place to view the eclipse would be Mexico.
Oh yeah.
I guess I had no business reading the note, but I figured it might give me a clue to what Nico was involved in. It was from André Labanau, the history student Nico had known at college. The letter was sentimental mush, and revealed that the exotic lingerie, as he called it, was a gift from him. It gave his telephone number. Labanau figured himself as a rival for Nico's affections, but I couldn't believe that that creep was in the running.
New flower, you need a sniffer to do... Oh, great. Right, so, hang on, where... Is it the new archaeological things... Is that where you told me before that you get the sniffer egg? How do we incubate the egg, or do we just stick it on the ground and hope for the best?
Much as I disliked him, Labanau might be my only hope of finding Nico. Hi, Andre?
Who is this?
It's George Stobbart, Nico's boyfriend.
Don't you mean ex-boyfriend?
Look, I didn't call you just to pick a fight. I need to talk to you about Nico.
Can't you accept she's just not interested in you?
Listen, Andre, we need to talk. Nico's life depends on it.
Okay. You remember the café at Montfaucon?
Sure. Andre? You'd better show, you creep.
Oh no, it is a total creep.
Urge to wipe my ear.
And then the next game, he disappears with the first woman that he encounters. He's like, dumps Nico, and that's it. I can't remember what was the name
Unlock the door.
of the girl with the purple hair.
I was looking forward to meeting Labanau again, but he was my only link with Nico. There was no sign of Labanau when I got to the cafe. I decided to order a coffee and wait for him. Pardon me, but don't I know you?
Huh?
You were here the day I found the catacombs.
I was? Ah, yes, I remember you.
Yeah. Are you still in the police force?
No, not anymore. I'm a man of leisure. And what brings you back to Paris?
My girlfriend.
What it is to be young and in love. Will you share a bottle of wine with me?
Hey, listen, I'd love to, but I need to keep a clear head.
So my company isn't good enough for you.
Why did you leave the police?
I was forced to retire. The golden handshake. Only in my case, it was more copper than gold.
How come?
I was made a scapegoat to cover up the department's inefficiencies.
Have you ever heard of a Professor Oubier?
No, monsieur. I don't recall the name.
Well, apparently he's an expert on Mayan art and history.
A little out of my field of experience, monsieur. If he'd been a serial killer or a sodomite, I might have been able to help.
He was always drunk. Because he was here when we had to like annoy a juggler to make him storm off. Last time we were here.
It was too hot to sit inside the cafe. Besides, I might miss Labino. Oh, garçon. He ignored me. I'm sure it was deliberate.
I know we need that flask. I can't quite remember what for, but we definitely need it. Maybe we should wait for him to be distracted, maybe it's by the wine being poured or something.
I couldn't snatch the man's flask while he was looking.
And the mouse disappears just when we need it.
The man was still looking.
How do we get him to look away then? Let's see if we can talk to this fella here again.
Hey, you.
Quoi?
I'd like a cup of coffee if you don't mind.
When I finish serving this gentleman.
Oh, imagine if that had been like the attitude of this fellow in the cafe versus a Karen. Oh, they wouldn't be having it.
Un café.
Thanks. What does that guy keep pouring out of his flask?
Absinthe.
Absinthe? I thought that was highly dangerous and outlawed in France.
It is. Don't look at me, I didn't sell it to him.
Do you know a guy called André Lobineau?
Oui, I know him. What of it?
I'm supposed to meet him here. Did I miss him?
No, I have not seen him today.
Have you heard of Professor Oubier?
Oui. He married that actress, the little dachshund. They used to come here. The nutty professor and the movie star.
If Oubier's wife was a movie star, how come I never heard of her?
She was big in France. The world doesn't stop at Hollywood. Her stage name was Carol Climax. She died in suspicious circumstances.
How did Oubier's wife die?
I heard he shot her.
And got away with it?
He had a good lawyer and a watertight alibi.
Why would an eminent public figure like Oubier risk everything for murder?
He wouldn't be the first, would he? Besides, people like him always get off.
Do you know that man over there?
I should think so. He's a regular customer.
Look at this. A poisoned dart.
Ah oui, sure.
It's the real thing. Knocked my girlfriend out cold in a matter of seconds.
Romantic. Sounds like a real close relationship you have going.
That's all.
Thank you.
Oh, here he comes. The creep.
Well, this is a surprise, Georgie.
I wouldn't normally call you.
For some reason, royalty really likes him, though.
You have to help me find her.
What? What have you dragged her into this time?
It was you that recommended Professor Oubier as an expert on Mayan art. Now his butler's kidnapped her, and he tried to kill me.
Every time she gets involved with you, there is trouble. Walking out on her was the best thing you could do.
My father was dying, damn it. I had no choice.
Well, she soon recovered once she went back to her old friends.
Drop it, Andre. Right now, Nico's in danger, and we have to work together.
So, how can I help?
Nico needed to speak to Ubier about a stone.
Oh, you mean this stone?
So that's what all the trouble's about.
Precisely. Nicole told me to guard it with my life.
Well, it's worth more than that, surely.
Oh, very funny.
What's funny is that your life really is on the line.
What are you talking about?
The stone is a Mayan artifact, dummy, and the guy who kidnapped Nico is from Central America. It was the stone they were after.
Oh my god, you mean I could be in danger too?
Oh, now it changes.
What do you suppose the carving on the stone means?
I don't know. I haven't shown it to anyone.
Why don't you just give it to me?
I don't want your death on my conscience, George.
Where did Nico get the stone?
It was sent to her.
From where? Who?
I'm not sure I should tell you.
Oh, you should.
It was something to do with smuggling.
Why didn't Nico take the stone to Ubier?
I don't know. Perhaps she suspected something like this would happen.
If she's been hurt, Andre, I'll break every bone in your body.
No, that's typical of you. Do you think I don't care what happens to Nicole?
It occurred to me that slugs don't have bones to break, but I kept that thought to myself.
Yeah, Jay's, oh gosh, you mean I could be in danger too? Oh, this bloke, he's an arsehole through the first one. Actually, say that he's an arsehole through all the games. He's like proper, like horrible, creepy, like slime ball. Oh, you wouldn't want to go anywhere near this freak.
Tell me about your friend Ubier.
He's more of a professional acquaintance than a friend.
I see. So you don't really know him at all?
No, I don't.
What do you think this is, Andre?
I don't know.
I'll give you a clue. It's got more backbone than you.
You think you're amusing, don't you?
What can you tell me about this pot?
South or Central American, I'd say. I have a friend who'd be able to tell you more.
Where can I find this guy?
He owns a gallery on the left bank. The Gliese Gallery.
Exactly. Creepy French bloke, Gary. They're all criminals here.
Does Ubier employ a guy from Central America?
Maybe. I don't know.
They're all thieves as well in Paris. We've been there a few times before. Everywhere is just littered with thieves and scammers and pickpockets. I think I've told you the story before on stream about it was one of the bridges we were crossing. It was the one that's, I think it was like the French Parliament building or whatever they call it, equivalent of whatever they call it there. And I've been watching these scammers all the way through the city as we've been walking. And I'd watched this woman in front of other people, doing the thing where they lean down and they come up and say, "Oh, did you drop this ring?" And they've got like a wedding ring sort of thing. And so eventually, as we approached, everyone else ignored her, and then she was in front of her about 5 or so meters, and she put her hand out, and I followed her hand to the ground, and then I released the ring onto the ground, then to pick it up, and then she had to show it. And she's like, "Oh, did you drop this?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, cheers." I pulled it out of her fingers and chucked it into the river. She wasn't impressed. I know with the two big thugs that were fast approaching, that were obviously part of her crew, of whatever the pickpocket scams or what have you that they were doing. But luckily, everywhere has, like, the Parliament building has soldiers in front of it, and the big backpack that I have for the big massive one I have for the camera gear that we had on that trip, the strap that the upper strap that you got the big arm straps that come down, and then there's like the clips, like, at the top, middle, and bottom to secure it. The top one is a whistle. So I put that to my lips and pointed towards the soldiers, and the left one.
See you later.
Goodbye, Georgie.
Another upset scammer. Meanwhile,
I've had enough of your games, Collard. Tell me what you've done with my stone.
I thought your business was simply smuggling cocaine, Karzak. Why are you so interested in that stone?
Either you tell me what I want to know, or Pablo here will make you talk.
Okay. Well, I figured someone at the university would be able to help. So I had a word with one of my girlfriends, and she told me her boyfriend was a lecturer. I sent the stone to the Department of Ethnology. You know, I figured it was South American, so... You're not buying this, are you?
That's enough! I don't have time to listen to your mindless prattle. We'll leave you to think it over. Come the morning, you'll be ready to talk.
We need to steal his flask.
What's that you're drinking?
It's wine.
Well, the waiter said it's absinthe.
That fool wouldn't know Pernod from cat's piece.
What do you make of this dart?
I remember a case where the victim was killed with just such a device. The poison acted in seconds, causing his body to swell up like an inflatable life raft.
Sounds delightful.
What do you make of this news cutting?
Orphanage supplied fast food chain?
No, it's the article above that.
Oh! Total eclipse of the sun. Well, that's very dull in comparison. I don't know anything about eclipses.
I'm trying to find my girlfriend. She's been kidnapped.
Kidnapped?
Yeah, it was our first day back together after many months.
That's too bad. My God, that's depressing.
Oh, I'm guessing this is the opportunity.
I grabbed the flask and was struck by a powerful smell of absinthe, a highly potent and illegal alcoholic drink.
If the cat serves cat piss, it's a bad cafe.
Now I had another lead. I could either go back to Ubier's house or visit the Glee's gallery.
We used to serve it in the travel hall when I worked there, because whenever I want to go to the gallery, whenever people used to ask for a
style and class, but very few customers.
What was it? At the hotel, whenever people used to order like a vodka and Red Bull, I used to put it on the the bar top and say one vodka and cat piss, because that stuff, I don't know how people can drink that Red Bull stuff. It's absolute smell, and the mess they would make with it, it went sticky everywhere.
Are you
It's
Mr.
horrible
Glee,
stuff.
the owner?
Yes, sir. May I help you?
You're English?
These days one prefers to think of oneself as European.
Sure. Whatever you say.
And how precisely may one assist you, sir?
the same guy. I don't know how people can touch it. I say the smell's horrid.
What I really wanted to ask you about was a black stone.
A black stone?
Yeah, it's a Mayan artifact, about as big as my hand.
No, sir, one doesn't get much call for black stones. If it's Mayan artifacts you're interested in, I have some rather exquisite pots.
Yeah, I noticed. I've already got one of those. I'd like your opinion on this pot.
Interesting. Would sir be interested in selling the article?
That depends. How much would you give me for it?
300? Possible 325?
I'll think about it. I found this news story referring to a total eclipse of the sun.
Really, sir? Well, fascinating.
Do you get many Central American Indians in here?
No, sir. This is Paris. Central America is several thousand kilometers southwest of here. Straight across the Atlantic Ocean and turn left. You can't miss it.
Well, as it happens, I saw some Central American Indians this very morning.
Tourists, sir. Paris is full of them at this time of year.
Who's that guy over there?
That's Mr. Lane, sir, the critic. I'm hoping he'll give the gallery a favourable write-up. One has to be so patient with these critics. Lure them in with the correct bait, watch for a bite, then play them like a fish.
Well, he's certainly drinking like one.
Oh, don't worry. Once we get through this one last talking point that we have here, we're going to show him the panties.
Have you heard of Professor Oubier?
Of course. His name is synonymous with Mayan art. A number of these artifacts were supplied by Oubier himself.
Do you believe the story that Oubier murdered his wife?
If it was true, who can blame him? She was an opportunist tramp. Well, that's what I heard.
Have you seen any of Oubier's wife's films?
Only one. Believe me, I was appalled, shocked, disgusted, and repulsed.
Well, you sure got your money's worth. Last time I went to the movies, I wasn't even titillated. I suppose you have an import license for these relics?
Of course. But that's not my problem, sir. The professor arranges all the shipping. We simply collect the items from the docks.
Could you tell me which docks Professor Oubier uses to import the artifacts?
Good God, no. I can't possibly reveal my commercial secrets.
Okay, where's the inventory? There we go.
I didn't think he'd be interested in that.
Oh, man. Let's see if they're drunk. Remember, he wants to see them.
You're Lane, the critic, aren't you?
Correct. Can't you see I'm busy?
Busy? Doing what?
Appreciating the art. Or depreciating it. I have a reputation to uphold.
I could tell this guy was going to be hard work. I didn't think he'd be interested.
No good. There's some what look like young girls at the back. I think we'll probably get arrested if we were to show it to them. So, just thinking that Happy Cat. How did he get on with the new thing we watched it this afternoon? I think after about 45 minutes on I got a bit frustrated with the mission in the menu system. I'm like standing there. It's like, just give me a bloody break. Tell me which way you want me to go or what planet you want me to bloody land on to do this quest.
Would you give me your opinion on this pot, sir?
Yes. Very rapouche.
Rapouche?
Hideous.
What the hell do you think you're doing? You smashed my pot.
Certainly, it was not only worthless, it was ugly and offensive.
To you, maybe.
Believe me, I was doing you a favor.
What's that you're drinking?
I'm not sure, but I have a suspicion it might be urine. Glees can't expect a favorable criticism of his gallery when he serves this muck.
So it might be urine, and yet he still drinks it.
That pot you smashed belonged to Professor Oubier.
Did it really? I thought the man had more taste.
I wasn't going to waste any more breath talking to that pompous blimp. Maybe I could turn the situation to my advantage, and at the same time, get my revenge.
Yes, because what we're going to do is, the absinthe that we took, we are going to slip it in the glass. I don't know if we have to do it a couple of times, then he trashes the place.
I little absinthe into the glass and hoped he wouldn't notice the change of color.
If we get the mouse back, we must have to do it more than once.
Did you put something in my drink?
Yeah, I did. Well, what do you think?
Well, it's certainly an improvement over Glees's wine. In fact, I could grow to like it.
Yep, putting the second one in. Not bad, jumped around a lot. Yeah, I did a mission this afternoon that was just like total parkour from one end to the other. And then I finally got into one where I got to go and shoot guns and make things explode. It sort of like it put me with like two of our randoms, and we were going through this weird space. All the enemies were kind of like black shadowy people. And then we got to the very end, and we had like a really weird boss fight to do, to free some people that were in the in a little prison box at the very end of this huge chamber. And the meanies were shooting you. No idea, Happy Cat. I was clicking buttons all over the place, and eventually it started a mission. I have no idea what I did, or how I did it. Getting the quests, and then just getting like where you have to click to start the quests.
There was nothing in the case but styrofoam packing.
It's almost like they've made it really difficult, like on purpose.
The packing case.
I just want to shoot things and blow stuff up.
It was a sturdy packing case.
Can we open it with this? Oh, hang on, what was that? Label. Ah, right, label. There we go. That's what we were looking for.
Underneath the logo of a flying bird were the words Condor Transglobal Mars. The rest of the label was missing.
We're going to Mars. Anything else over here? Packing crate. Maybe we can... Oh, can we use your credit card machine?
I had no possible use for a credit card reader. The packing case. It was a sturdy packing case.
Where's one of the other boxes? Anything we could use to open it? Can the panties be used to open the case?
The packing case contained nothing but styrofoam chips. It was a label bearing the name Condor Transglobal.
So, most likely they want you to buy the DLC, then the navigation would be a lot easier. Yeah, I mean, on one of the pages, like eventually by flicking through different menus and different, like, up and down these different things that were on it, I got to a thing where there was like 4 missions in rectangles on the screen, and then I was able to click details on them, and of the 4 missions, 2 of them the launch button was grayed out, and 2 of them the launch button was like clickable. I don't know why the other 2 weren't. Why I couldn't click on them? I have no idea why. The one that it did let me click on is the bit that I was able to do a couple of missions of this afternoon. And the other one, when I clicked on it, came up with that big like full screen ad telling me to buy one of the DLCs. I can't remember which one offhand it was.
Were those pots very valuable?
The pots are insured, but not the shelving. You've no idea how much that cost me.
Glees wasn't happy, I could tell. I had no...
Okay, let's have a little think here, though, as well. That case for what's his name's house. We've got that poison dart thing. Got some lipstick. Maybe George could wear the lipstick. That's the phone number for lobby. That's the panties. That's the advert. Then we've got the absence and then the ticket. Maybe we can use the ticket on him.
Go away.
The pot had smashed into too many pieces to retrieve.
Must be something back here we've maybe forgotten to click on. Or there's something which is like 1 pixel big.
The packing case contained nothing but styrofoam chips.
It's like a crowbar or something. Maybe we should try and leave. See if it gives us like a different location that we can travel to. Café, the house. We'll jump back here. Maybe we haven't picked something up. Maybe there might be like a crowbar or something like that we've missed. Doesn't look like it. Let's just go back to the gallery.
I could either go back to Ubier.
Back over here.
I wasn't going to waste my breath.
Go away.
He's delightful.
Please wasn't happy. I could tell.
Because we technically caused this problem.
It was a label bearing the name Condor Transglobal.
What do we reckon, everyone? It must be... We've done...
It was a sturdy packing case.
We clicked on it with both buttons.
The packing case contained nothing but...
I heard him say that. There's no other... I can't see any other clickable points. Just trying to see if I can use the label on that.
No, that's wrong.
That doesn't work. Lipstick in the credit card thingy. It seems weird to have the credit card machine there.
Possible use for a credit card reader.
Slide that through there. I mean, it is also possible the game's crashed. Save, just in case.
It was a label bearing the name Condor Transglobal.
I definitely can't see any other like label point that we can click on. I mean, I'll just try slowly on these ones. There's this little bit of a label here. No, like hidden pixel that we can click on. Sometimes with these games there's a key you can press as well, which puts a little star over like anything that's clickable. I can't remember what key that is that you would press. I'll try tab. No. How would we look up Condor Transglobal?
It was a label bearing the name Condor Transglobal.
See if we can use the label on him.
Go away.
He doesn't want to know. Can we talk to the girls looking at the art?
Hi, girls. What's the joke?
Any suggestions?
Okay, fine.
I've got a suspicious feeling that something has gone tits up here. Let's go back to the house and see if we can use the phone, maybe?
There was no one else I wanted.
Can I use that on there? No.
I had a choice of destinations. The Café at Montfaucon or the art gallery.
Nothing else we can click on? One thing I do know the key combination for is the walk fast mode.
The packing case contained nothing but styrofoam It was a sturdy packing case. It was a machine for reading credit cards. The cabinet contained a fine array of pots, all marked at 5,000 francs, so the pot from Ubier's house must be worth a fortune.
Too bad it's in little tiny pieces. I've got the credit card reader there. The only thing that's coming up is that packing crate. Not seeing anything else.
Not such a good idea. It was the letter to Nico. I don't think so.
That's not a combination we can use.
I didn't think much of any of these artifacts. There was nothing worth retrieving from the mess.
Looks funny when he's walking past. Anyone that's using this emulator, Control and F, puts it in like fast mode. We actually got the high speed record. I think for about 6 months I was the high speed record holder for the fastest completion of Simon the Sorcerer, original Simon the Sorcerer. We did it on streams for like 40 odd minutes, but we made so many mistakes, and there was a proper try hard. He kicked off the people that record all the the high speed time things and what have you for games, and he tried to have me booted out and all sorts because he's a proper crybaby. It took him like 6 months to beat my time, and I did it as a joke, and it was full of mistakes. If I had done it properly, I probably would have got it in less than half an hour. I don't even got anything where I could try and jam that into it. Hive mind activate. Is there anything you can find that would suggest something that we've missed?
Into too many pieces to retrieve. The pot had smashed into too many pieces to retrieve.
Because I mean, certainly we've got the clue, haven't we? Is there any other way we can? There's only 2 buttons that we can use. Can I use that back on the packing crate?
It was a label.
There's obviously something that we've missed, which has now made the game breaking.
I didn't think.
There must have been something in a conversation that we've not been able to trigger. And now there's no more. Let's go to the copper. The ex-copper and see if he can what it is there. Oh, apparently now the game's completely locked up. There we go. Yeah, Gary, we're going to go. We're going to have a word with the copper and see if he knows what it is. If we missed anything, let's blame Gary.
Excuse me.
What?
He wouldn't have wanted that.
Well, that answers that then.
Tell me what you make of this note.
From my years of experience, I gained a pretty good insight into handwriting. I'd say that note was written by a compulsive, obsessive type with an Oedipus complex.
Hey, you got just about everything apart from the ponytail. I'd been looking forward to seeing my girl, but she wanted to rush off to see some professor.
I see. And you think she's having an affair with this professor?
Look, forget it. It doesn't matter. Ever heard of Carol Climax, the movie star?
Yes, but I don't care for the kind of movie she's made. It's smut like that which has caused the moral decline of the Western world.
What a name.
Is it true that Carol Climax was murdered by her husband?
First I heard of it. I thought she just retired.
Do you miss being a gendarme?
Yes, of course I do. When I wore that uniform, I commanded respect. Not anymore.
Okay, that's all of that exhausted.
I could either go back to Ubier's house or visit the Glee's gallery.
Anything else here?
I had no desire to go down into the sewers.
Something is definitely wrong here.
Go back to Ubier's house or visit the Glee's gallery.
The clue is obviously this thing here. I mean, is the game broken? Well, have a good night there, JD, and thank you for the gift to Happy Cat there as well. You have a good night and behave yourself, JD. But thank you for coming in there. No, it only has that one frame to be able to stand in. But you have a good night there, JD.
Go away.
So we can't give him that. I'm going to cycle through every item and try and give him it.
Away. Go away. Go away. Go away. Go away. Go away. Go away.
I got a funny feeling that we're not going to find anything useful out of this bloke here. Nope, that's every item in our inventory that we've cycled through. And nothing.
It was Nico's lipstick. It wasn't my color, and it reminded me of clowns. It was the letter to Nico from that creep Labano. Sickening. It was a pair of red, lace-trimmed panties decorated with a large black satin heart. It was the newspaper clipping.
Frodo.
Clips.
Straight to the dungeon for him.
Was another small piece of paper. It was a bank statement for Ubier's account from an automatic telling machine. The last 5 withdrawals were for large amounts, and all made in Marseille. It was beginning to make sense. Ubier had organized Nico's abduction. Ubier withdrew money from Marseille. Ubier was connected with Transglobal, who shipped their goods from a warehouse in Marseille. That's how the torn Transglobal label had once read. Marseille, not Mars. It wasn't much of a lead, but it was all I had. I set off immediately to catch the evening train.
Yay.
It was almost dawn when I arrived in Marseille. I traced Condor Transglobal to a desolate dockside.
Should have left it on fast mode.
What's the big idea?
I don't know. The dog went berserk for no apparent reason.
He's trained to do that. The idea is to deter any would-be intruder.
Oh, I get it. Okay, I'm sorry.
That's okay. Just remember, he's a trained attack dog. A killer.
Evening, Lyra, and welcome in. What mischief have you been getting yourself up to? You join us tonight. We are playing the PlayStation 1 version from the 90s of Broken Sword 2. one of my favourite game series, and we're having complete mental block as to as to how to play it. Because you can see Broken Foot Swords 1 through 5 over on the YouTubes. Oh god, it's the PS. Oh, was this the section that was on the demo? Happy Cat here at the docks. So how are you doing? Keeping out of trouble? I'm always out of trouble. I've got a note just here that says I'm a good boy. I moved to Ireland. That's why I've been even moving to Ireland. You'll be able to go and harass Gary. Are you getting all settled in there now? Then, if you've just been moving. Did you get into too much trouble back home? Is that why you had to move?
Hi. Good morning.
Do you know what time it is?
No, I don't wear a watch. As my dad used to say, I'm not into time, man.
Well, you're too early.
I have these very exotic panties.
Take them away, you pervert!
Pick on Gary Day. You'll be able to supervise him, make sure he's not getting himself into too much trouble. That would have been a better story. Unfortunately, it's for university, but boring reasons. No, that's the cover story. We understand. You have to say that it's for university. Yes.
What's cooking?
Beans. You know a man can live on nothing but beans.
Not this one. Don't you ever get tired of eating beans?
Sure I do. What do you take me for?
And what's the alternative?
Peas. I can't eat them too often, though. They play hell with my digestion.
Have you ever considered changing your diet?
What's wrong with beans and beer?
You need me to tell you? You're pumping out enough methane here to fill a dirigible. Have you ever seen anything like this before?
No, pal, what is it?
A poison dart used for hunting.
What would you hunt with that? Mice?
No, monkeys and stuff. The tip is dipped in poison.
Hey, what you got against monkeys?
I love monkeys. I was just using them as an example.
Well, don't.
That's him told.
What time is it anyhow?
The big hand's on the floor. Why aren't you in bed?
I can explain everything.
Never mind, I ain't that interested.
What time do you open the gates?
7.
Do you mind if I hang out here till the docks open?
Please yourself, but you'll have a long wait. It's Sunday, and tomorrow is the start of the national holiday. Everything is closed for a month.
Well, wouldn't you just know it?
How convenient.
Does that dog belong to you?
Nah, he comes with the job. I just feed him every now and then.
More then than now, I'd say.
So which end of Ireland have you moved to? Are you in the north bit or are you in the south bit? The big hand is on the phone.
Ever heard of Condor Transglobal?
Sure, they have a warehouse here.
Well, could I take a look?
Not until after the holidays. Come back in a month.
Nowadays, none of them would go past, would take like a whole month off, close the business for a month.
What's the dog's name?
20.
It's unusual for a dog.
It's his registration number. Security dog number 20.
Does number 20 have rabies?
Nah, just a bad attitude. Like I said, he's a trained attack dog. They took him when he was a puppy and messed with his head to make him the way he is.
In Dublin is where you've moved to. It's a good cover story. Oh, I'm going to have to add some new things to Ada. I'm going to have to open up your profile at some point when I get time and add all sorts of like Agents of Shield. Well, after all, Ada is from Agents of Shield, so we're gonna have to write a new backstory for you for the secret agent lifestyle.
I'm looking for a young woman.
At the docks? What kind of woman do you have in mind?
You don't understand. It's my girlfriend I'm trying to find.
Well, I ain't seen her, and you should tell her the docks ain't no place for a young lady. They're dirty and they're dangerous.
I'm certain my girlfriend was brought here when she was abducted.
What? Your girl was kidnapped?
Yeah. Struck down by an Indian with a poisoned dart.
Like the one you showed me?
The very same. I could tell he didn't believe me. Have you ever heard of Professor Oubier?
Me? None of my friends are professors or anything like that.
Take a look at this letter.
That's sick. Did you write it?
Oh, no. No, it's a letter from my girlfriend's admirer.
If I was you, I'd smack him in the mouth.
Well, that's not my style, but thanks for the advice.
Just on a side note, in Broken Sword 1, there is the... once you finish the initial steps in Paris, the second section, like second act, next pub, you go to a pub in a village in Ireland. It was like, have you ever collected marbles, Samwise? What are some of the most unique and prized marbles in your collection? I found a bag of marbles in my basement the other day. Ada knows all. She sees all. She knows everything. Don't even know how I had marbles to lose. Now, do I go with that?
I have to make a delivery to Condor Transglobal.
Where's your rig?
About half a mile down the road.
And you walked here? Jeez, are you some kind of nut?
Nah, it was easy. I just put one foot in front of the other. Are you gonna let me make my delivery?
Not without the paperwork. You get the papers, you make your delivery, and I get a fat backhander.
I was getting nowhere with the story about being a trucker.
What's the lottery numbers? Oh, now you've just you've now put something in my head. Put a reminder in, and we'll see if we can get Ada to predict lottery numbers. Because that would probably not be too difficult to. That wouldn't be too difficult a program to write. I just need to know what the. I'll have to go on the lottery website because I don't know what numbers they go up to. But it wouldn't be too difficult to see if she could predict the lottery numbers.
Do you know what kind of business Condor's involved in?
I'm paid to guard the gate. Their business is none of mine.
Actually, we could write a new game. We're pausing for a moment because I now am compiling something in my head. A lot of numbers for Gary. You want the Canadian lottery too. Yeah, that wouldn't be too bad. I could come up with a text game.
Your intuition will be so strong today that you'll predict what your neighbor had for breakfast, without even trying.
Well, that makes a change from the slips, trips, and falls. I was going to say, yeah, we could do that. We could set a game. You could like choose your lottery numbers. I don't know. Is there something like 5 numbers you choose between? I don't know. Something like 1 and 50, 1 and 60. I don't know. And then Ada could pull the numbers out. That wouldn't be too difficult a program to write. And then it's just a case of running the comparison check between the numbers that you've picked versus the numbers that that she's got. Yes.
I gotta go now, but I'll be back.
Can't wait.
Okay, let's go around the back here. Probably it doesn't ask like the rest of us. Oh, how bad is it still? I take it you still can't. You still can't see the hills. Like, it's still the same as the picture that you showed us the other day.
The bottle was just out of reach. Nothing was going to get me into that water if I could help it.
I think we have to knock the dog off this platform.
My arms weren't long enough to reach the platform.
But we need like an arm or a hook. Oh, a hook. There we go. That's convenient. It's cooler here. We got locked and lost. Oh, of course. That was right, because last time we spoke, you said you were getting... There was rain. Rain dew. Can we use this hook now to get the bottle? I don't want the bottle, but it's just because it's clickable. Unless... Is the bottle the diameter of the chimney, and we can use the bottle to block the chimney?
Useful for something. As for the bottle, even if I couldn't find a use for it, I'd cleaned up the dock a little.
I think we need to get the dog to step forward. Can we show him the worm?
That dog looked like he already had more worms than he needed.
Maybe he'll come for the panties.
He didn't look like a sniffer dog to me.
Because I think we'll have to reset it if we don't get him forward. So let's just go upstairs and see what we can find. This is all I can think of. This is probably not the way to do it. Maybe we use the panties to get the lid off the chimney?
The chimney was a metal pipe with a conical hat on top to stop the rain getting in. Ouch! That's hot! The panties would not have been thick enough to shield this level of heat.
Maybe we can flick it off with this. Nope.
The bottle was half filled with water. Maybe it would cool the cone down enough to touch it.
There we go. How do we use the panties? No, he just do it with his bare hands.
Now I could see into the pipe which formed the chimney. The bottle had blocked the chimney, and the hut was filling up with smoke.
So I'm still not 100% as to how this is an advantage for us. Just yet. Maybe we can get it. It might be able to climb inside now. Though I can't remember what it is that we want from the inside. Oh, the dog treats the beans.
Someone had once told me a piece of coal brought you luck. Who was I to argue with irrational superstition?
The beans. Oh, Lima's putting the kettle on for us. What are we all having? And don't forget the biscuits. Although Sam and Frodo have already provided the biscuits for this evening.
Baked beans in ketchup. The box contained nothing but blank forms.
So we've got the dog treats. Anything else that we could?
Yow! Stove equals heat, heat equals burn, burn equals excruciating pain.
Ah, that explains it.
That mug was a health risk. I decided to leave it where it was. I couldn't think of one good reason to steal the watchman's kettle.
Ooh, got Mass Effect questions for Gary there, and I hope everybody will be able to join us on Friday as we finish Mass Effect 2. We have the entire of Act 3 left to do. Which we should be able to do in one go. So we've got the final boss fight and many other combats. Okay, Okay, let's try now using the dog biscuits.
Hey, 20. Come and get it, boy.
Maybe we have to use them on the platform. I'm sure we take the dog biscuits all throughout the world of us as well, and we can ask anybody about the dog biscuits, because I'm sure he eats them as well. There we go, dog walks forward. And then we dunk him.
I felt a slight twinge of conscience as I prepared to give the dog a dunking. It soon passed. As I'd expected, the dog could swim like a dog.
He seems quite happy. Must have seen a catfish. Okay, I think the guard's back in there, and I'm assuming that must be the steps he uses to... Although it doesn't line up spatially. Yeah, that fence must have been there, but I'm assuming that we can now climb over the fence without being interrupted. And away we go. Very slowly. So what sort of mischief you guys got planned for the rest of the day, the week then? Whilst George is trying to work his way into here.
I decided not to tamper with the clamp. Those jaws looked like it could snap shut at any moment.
Let's have a little walk along. I'm sure that there's something we have to do with those barrels, or if they... I'm thinking they smashed something. But I'm not sure. Got to get that rocket fuel out there, Frodo. Is that yes, the Mass Effect, Gary. It is mandatory attendance, of course. Whee! Oh, I think we use it to kill somebody. Just that FUD. Okay, let's go back down. We'll have to knock on the door, I'm thinking now, and draw somebody out, and then we knock them out. How many days a week is it that you're at college, Gary? Is it like the full day, or is it just when the particular course is on that you're going in? Or is it like 3 classes a week kind of thing, but it's like spread out throughout the week?
Around the door handles. The doors looked 100 years old, but they were still very sturdy.
Oh, hang on, there's a door over here, man.
The din must have drowned out the sound of my knocking.
Okay, I think we have to break the air conditioning. Full time. So how many other courses are you doing? Is it 'cause you got your main one, and then is it like you have to do other ones like to make up the hours? Is that how that's how it works? You have a minimum number of hours a week. Maybe we should climb in through the window. Yep. Oh, and that's that little bloke there as well. Titty something or whatever he's called.
That did the trick. The fan clunked and shorted out as its blades were mashed by the boat hook.
And none of the occupants of the warehouse seemed concerned.
You make any more noise, I break your arms.
That bully needed to be taught a lesson.
Garzak's already mad because we didn't get the stone. You give me any trouble, I'll tell him it was all your fault.
Karzak? That must be his boss.
Down we go. Greenhouse, outdoors, and lab work as well. And we'll be expecting a full description of all the trouble you've been causing each day when you come back.
Who is it?
Pizza delivery?
I didn't order pizza.
No? This is the Condor Transglobal Shipping Company, isn't it?
I don't like pizza.
Oh, come on. Everyone likes pizza. Maybe he was allergic to mozzarella. The grill opened from the inside.
Let's just keep knocking.
Hey.
What now?
Look, this pizza's been paid for. You might as well take it.
I told you, I don't like pizza.
Not even with extra olives?
I hate them. Olives are the devil's butt nuggets.
What would you guys have on your pizzas?
If you know what's good for you, you'll open this door.
What if I don't?
I'll kick your head in.
Okay, I'll come out, you creep.
Okay, I think we have to run away, otherwise we get shot. And we haven't saved it because Frodo has been neglecting his duty. Put nuggets. I'm wondering if we have to do a double on this. I'm not sure I've ever had olives on pizzas, to be fair.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
Yep, shame, Frodo. We got him. Let's just drop one more barrel on him just for good measure. Watch this, I'm having a drink. It's so hot here. I'm on to the third bottle now, and we are an hour and a half. It's actually the last bottle. There's no more left. Oh, just we can get killed, Frodo. I think there's an auto save, but I don't know where it'll auto save us. Lock that up. Okay, let's interfere with the desk, and then we'll go and see if we can speak to the other fella. Oh, he's not there now.
The only interesting thing I found was a small brass key. Among the paperwork which adorned the notice board was something which caught my eye. It was a delivery note from Condor Transglobal, and the address was Coromante City.
Bring me more water. Well, I don't think I ever put it with the thingamajig in front of it.
It was locked.
No, we'll have to summon the troublemaker. Oh, there he is.
Whoa! Don't shoot! The little guy had a blowpipe. That confirmed my suspicions about what had happened to Nico. I waited for him to shoot me, but it didn't happen. Instead, he seemed to want to tell me something. What? What do you want? He seemed excited, almost desperate. What did he want so bad?
I think because we picked up a key.
Hi. I'm not going to hurt you.
Quaramonte.
Is that where you're from? Coromante City?
Quaramonte.
Okay. What does this key unlock?
Huh?
Hey, you're manacled. Who did this? That big thug? I'm gonna set you free, okay? Hey, come back here!
And away he goes.
The little guy had gone to ground amongst the stack of crates.
And we never even got to show him the panties. Okay, up we go. Now...
Just in time. Interrupting the beam of light kept the doors from closing and stopped anyone from using the elevator. But what now?
I was going to say, I'm sure we have to use this to smash something. But we need to stop the elevator doors from moving, so I think we'll put this to block the doorway.
There. That would keep the doors from closing.
Okay, let's have a little wander around.
I was wrestling with the small crate when I noticed the label on its side. Danger. Live contents do not drop.
As he flings it around. What we got here? Yeah, so I'm guessing this... We must have to do this to smash open this door. Because I do remember that, at least.
There wasn't much I could do with a pulley that didn't have any rope. The short chain stopped the cuffs reaching from the statue to the winch. The short chain stopped the cuffs reaching from the statue to the winch.
Ah, maybe because it's the jack thing, isn't it?
There wasn't enough room to move the handle.
Let's have a little rummage around. Because I think Nico's supposed to be somewhere up here as well, isn't she? Anything over here? Because that looks suspiciously like an entranceway, because that little line there doesn't quite match up. What we've got here, buttons. Buttons and switches. Aha. Scratch marks.
There was an arc-shaped scratch on the floor, as if a door had been opened in the nearby wall.
Yeah, I think what we need to do, Gary, I think, the statue's going to smash this door, but I think we need to move these... I think what we need to do is block the elevator with something else and move this crate back, transfer the live one on top of there, and then shift this crate out the way to jack this up, connect it to there, and then smash it through. I think that's what the solution is for here.
My fingers traced the outline of a secret door in the wall.
But we need something to connect that to that, and I'm assuming we can use the bindings
found a small round
from Nico,
stud,
or
which was set flush to the surrounding wooden paneling.
Or something to do with the manacles that we got before.
Just as I'd hoped. A secret room. Nico!
What statue? Look at that first.
Will you look at this? It was a small statue of a kneeling figure in an ornate headdress. The head was hideous, with huge staring eyes set in a decomposing face. Hey! Somebody's marketing Labino dolls.
Let's ask her about the panties.
Hold still. This might hurt a little.
Ow!
Think yourself lucky you don't have a mustache.
About time. You could at least have helped me before grabbing everything you could find.
Not so loud. They'll hear you.
Get these ropes off me right now.
You know, the mood you're in, maybe that's not such a good idea.
Where's Pablo, the big guy?
Out cold. Too much wine doesn't agree with him. Are you okay?
Of course I'm not okay. Untie me this instant.
Now we'll ask her about the panties.
What?
Get me out of this chair.
I don't think she's going to go for it. Restraint?
What?
Get me out of this chair.
Yeah, I think we're going to have to get her out of the chair. I mean, in the opening cutscene, to be honest, the dress that she's got underneath that jacket, not much there.
How are you feeling?
Oh, thanks, George. How on earth did you find me?
I knew Oubier had been in Marseille. But never mind about me. How about you tell me exactly what's going on?
Supposed to be quite tall.
Stone.
I picked it up from one of Karzak's men in Paris. I was expecting a consignment of narcotics.
Drugs?
Yes. The proof I needed to expose Karzak's smuggling operation. I'd set it up to act as his courier, and once I had the proof, I planned to go straight to Inspector Mou. But instead of the dope I'd expected, they sent me that stone instead. And to find out more, I called Professor Oubier, who invited me to his mansion. At least, I thought it was Oubier.
I don't get it. If Karzak's business is drugs, why is he so desperate to get his hands on that stone?
Maybe it has some significance to the local people in Central America. It could be Karzak's means of getting them to work for him. Anyway, we've got to get out of here.
Nico, wait.
Indeed, Samwise. He's got a certain thing for these.
We can't use the elevator. If that thug Pablo's recovered, he'll be waiting for us.
We've got to do something. Where does that door lead to?
I'm not sure.
Okay, now we ask her.
What was it you wanted to talk about?
I found these in your bag.
Oh, they were a gift.
I know. I read the note.
God knows what was going through Andre's mind.
I think that's quite plain enough. Okay. Tell me what you know about Condor.
Condor Transglobal exports Aztec and Mayan relics from Central America to Europe. But that's just a cover for the real business. Drug smuggling.
What proof do you have?
Nothing yet.
Do you know where Condor is based?
In Central America. A place called Quaramonte.
I saw that name on a docket downstairs. Tell me about this Karzak guy.
Well, I saw him for only a few minutes, but he frightened me. I got the impression that Pablo was nervous when he was around too. His eyes, they're like a wild animal's, like a tiger. That's what scared me most about him. He looked so unpredictable and dangerous.
Did you know Oubier's wife was a film star?
No, I didn't know he was married. What happened to her?
She died. In mysterious circumstances, apparently.
How mysterious?
I heard she was murdered, possibly by Oubier himself.
A murderer, huh? André said he was something of a celebrity.
Did I hear you refer to Inspector Mou?
Yes, you remember him?
Of course I do. But I thought he was dead.
Oh no, he reappeared after the broken sword case had blown over. When he found out who was in with the Neo-Templars, he went into hiding. Mou knew more than was good for him.
Does he know about our involvement with the case?
If he does, he's not telling. Still, he got a sudden promotion.
Did that Indian guy mistreat you?
If you forget about the abduction, verbal threats, and bondage, no.
Well, what about the little guy?
I don't think he knows where he is.
Some people pay good money for that.
The big guy, Pablo, he brought Titipoco from the jungle.
Titty what?
Titipoco. That's what I heard Pablo call the dwarf.
Do you recognize this?
Is that the dart which knocked me out?
That's right. I kept it as a souvenir. Have you any idea who this little statue is supposed to be?
I'm not very well acquainted with Mayan deities, George. But whatever his name, he sure is ugly.
Look, the little guy downstairs was chained up with these.
That must have been Pablo's doing. I don't blame him, though. That little guy is dangerous.
You're still sore about that poisoned dart?
Of course I'm sore.
Let's show her the worm. That's not a euphemism. Let's see if she has any response to it.
What was it you wanted to talk about?
I didn't think she'd be interested.
Alright, let's just have I want to have a quick look in there in case... I don't know if it is the shackles or if it's a rope. I just want to have a quick spine here before we start messing around with things. To see if... No, there's no rope on the floor. Pick up, okay. So what I'm going to do is, we have the tape that was over our mouth in our inventory. Oh, we do have a rope in our inventory, I just didn't see it.
I decided to leave the electric eye alone.
Alright, I think we need to move the crate first before we can put the sticky tape over it.
I couldn't move the crate until I'd blocked the light beam with something else. It was the strip of masking tape which the big Indian had used to gag Nico.
There we go, so he's now doing it.
Hopefully, the tape would prevent those doors from closing and stop the Indian from being able to call the elevator.
Okay, let's push that out there. Then move the animal across. Push this crate out of the way. Yeah, this is definitely the solution to this one. Then we can crank the handle once the camera settles.
The pallet rose about 6 inches off the floor, and I said a silent prayer to whoever had discovered the power of hydraulics.
What on earth are you doing?
Trying to raise the statue so I can hook it to that pulley.
Is that really going to help us?
I like to keep myself occupied in times of stress.
Just a bloke doing random stuff.
It would be much easier to attach the rope to the statue first.
Okay, then we'll attach the rope to the statue first. Oh, we made a mistake. We never offered Nico some dog biscuits. We don't know how long she's been tied up for. She could be hungry. Let's just check, just to be sure.
What was it you wanted to talk about?
I didn't think she'd be interested.
Oh, man. Okay, rope. Once the camera settles. Rope to pulley. Then drop the handle.
It was too heavy for me to move on my own.
Okay, we'll ask Nico to help.
Could you give me a hand to push this statue?
What for?
This, my dear, is our passport to freedom.
If you say so, dear.
Okay.
Couldn't have engineered a more complicated escape, though, could they? Couldn't smash the window.
Great teamwork.
Nice to be working with you again, Mr. Stobbart.
And out we go. Hang on. This is obviously where the chains come in.
Nico, I have a great idea.
That's how disaster always starts. I have a great idea. I've had a headache with pictures.
George, where have you been?
Never mind that. Do you have the Mayan stone?
Maybe I have, but
Don't argue, André. Give the stone to George.
Well, of course. If you say so, Nicole.
Thank you so much, Andre.
George, he told me you'd been kidnapped, my dear. I'm glad to see he was mistaken.
Oh, but it was true. If it hadn't been for George, I wouldn't be here now.
It's not finished yet. Karzak's thugs will be back for that stone, you can bet. The best lead that we have is Coromante City.
Coromante? It's in Central America. That's where Ubier gets his artifacts.
That's all we needed to know. Come on, George.
Claramonte, the traveler's rear entrance to Central America. Well, that's how it was translated in the brochure. We didn't know what we were looking for, but the offices of Condor Transglobal seemed a good place to start.
Here we are at the city. Let's wait for the cursor to come back.
Hey, it's market day. I don't see any cabs. Let's ask someone how to get to Coromante City.
Okay. Keep your eyes peeled for any sign of Condor Transglobal.
Give me the mouse. There we go. Gonna save it. And that, story-wise, I think is a good place to end for the day. Let's just have a little look here. So, I say that's the way we will leave it for today, for this one here. That's Noah's Ark in the background. Probably not far off. Let's press some buttons here as well, though. Oh, close that there. Try and look and see if there's anybody on, but there's nobody. There's nobody on. See, same time every week. I still have no idea who this person's supposed to change the name. I have no idea who the hell they are. I'm going to click on this person here though. And over and we'll see them. So tomorrow we will be back with Alan Wake. We're playing it the same as the way we've been playing it before. We'll do the episode as normal, and then we'll do the behind the scenes tour of it. There's a lot of loud noises going off in my head right now. I've clicked on the stream and there's an advert playing. It's really distracting. But most importantly as well, everybody, I really hope that you can join me for Friday night's Mass Effect stream, where we're going to complete all of Act 3. That's Friday night. But once again, thank you everybody for coming in again. We will continue Broken Sword next week. I hope you enjoy this one as well. For those that have not seen Broken Sword before as well, they don't make point and click games like this anymore. Actually, to be honest, I don't think they make point and click games pretty much full stop almost anymore. But thank you as well, everyone, as for coming in. JD, thank you for the gift to Happy Cat Lady. And as well to Simon Frodo, thank you for feeding the chocolate thief. Thank you so much for the gift, guys. I was having a little think as well today. I've got an idea of something in my mind with the laser. You know what we were talking about the other week? If you have any suggestions as well, Simon Frodo, for something fun, scream in this general direction. I've had like an idea of something that I'm going to something daft to make for you with the machine. Okay, let's press some buttons here, and we're going to go and see this person here. They are actually just starting as well. I don't know what they're playing. Something called Dark and Darker. I've never heard of it, but we'll go and see what it is. But once again, thank you all for watching. Have a good night. And it's mandatory Mass Effect Friday on Friday. Thank you for joining me today. If you are enjoying our journey and would like to see more, then please rate, comment, favourite and subscribe in whichever manner your chosen platform allows. If you are joining us on Twitch, Mixer or YouTube, where we have loads more for you to watch, from our live streams to all our episodes across our various series. You can also drop by and say hi over on Discord, where we chat about everything from Minecraft to books and movies to tabletop games. But most importantly, thank you very much for watching and have a lovely day.
see.